Movie theaters are not going to die.
However, they are shrinking, I will give you that. But no, they're not going to die.
Every year, fewer and fewer people are going to movie theaters.
At home, TVs are getting bigger and better, and nearly anything you want to watch can be streamed on demand within minutes.
This has led many people to proclaim that cinema is dying.
That in a few years, theaters will share the same fate of drive-in movies.
Yet every year it seems to bring some new cinematic event that shatters records. We all saw Star Wars, didn't we?
And people will have the counter-argument saying that in a movie theater, you have the experience of watching a movie with an audience. And that's very true. That's a very powerful experience. But that's not really the reason why we are going to pay $15 to go watch our favorite movies at the theater. No, the reason movie theaters are going to survive and they're going to stick around is a reason that is so simple, it is often overlooked. Size.
If you've ever thought anywhere that there might be a better way to watch something, gotten a bigger TV, you've gotten better headphones to listen to something on your computer, that means you care about how you experience content.
A big picture saturates the senses and sucks you into the world through the frame. Now, too often you hear the argument that, well, I have a big screen at home.
That 60-inch TV that you just upgraded to, it's not as big as a movie theater screen.
The biggest TV pales in comparison to a 3,000 square foot ultra high definition screen. The 20 full-size speakers in the theater laugh at your puny 5.1 surround system. This experience can only be had at a theater, and you can have a great home setup for watching movies in your house, and that's fantastic, but your screen will never be as big as a screen in a theater, unless maybe you have a giant mansion or are living in a castle. Good for you if you're one of those people. If you look back thousands of years, if you look at human art, you'll see this urge to have things captured big. It's not until you go to the museum and you just see how big Mark Rothko's paintings are. Just yellow and red on the square doesn't seem that cool until you see it 10 feet tall and you see the texture and you see the vibrancy and you see the color and it completely absorbs your field of view. You look at the pyramids of Giza or how tall Michelangelo's David sculpture is. There's a desire to see this intricate detail and this robust, almost more vibrant than life quality that you get from making things larger. It's just something that humans want. Why do you think we think dinosaurs are so cool? It's because they're huge. I mean, there's already lizards running around that are neat, but they're not dinosaurs. Now, you might disagree that a large image really just isn't enough to get us out of the house to go down the street and pay money to go to the theater, but let me remind you that we as a species will travel thousands of miles to go see a single painting hanging on a single wall. It's really not that far-fetched to expect us to consider to drive down the street to go to our theater.
YouTube, streaming services, let's even throw in virtual reality in there. All that stuff is affecting our lives. That pool of media that we consume from is getting bigger and bigger every day. And movie theaters are getting a smaller and smaller portion of that pool. This has had an interesting effect on the kinds of movies we see succeeding in theaters.
So at the end of the day, it may seem too obvious. Theaters are going to survive simply because the screens are big? That seems way too simple, but really it isn't, because we have the need to look at big pictures. We have the need to buy bigger and bigger TVs in your house, but houses only get so big, and we still want that bigger picture. And as cameras get better, those bigger pictures only get more and more detailed and more intricate and more captivating. So don't discount that primal urge to want to see art all big, encompassing, and right in front of you, capturing all your senses, because that's something that we will always need, and we are always going to want it.
Hey guys, why do action scenes suck? See all these dumb trailers with these dumb action shots, and you were like, oh my god, this movie's gonna suck even though that shot's cool.